It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert. Tube bomb. No.
It was just like Darth Vader in Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.
No.
It was so upsetting.
I'm bummed.
I know.
Circle couldn't even get our guy to the finale.
No, I mean, God, why couldn't they just fall in a twist? No him in the Mutant Idols, no eviction night dies type thing, you know, where they do that in Big Brother.
Right. Like they could have done the thing that they did for Paul in season 19 and just given him immunity for like 5 votes.
Yes.
Right? They could have done that.
What was it called? The power that they gave to Jessica in BB-19, and she had to say the enchantment, and it was like something rise, eviction, night die, something awesome like that. It was fucking sick.
Please, we need Vince. We need Vince from season 3.
Yeah, should have had a ghost hunter to give Shuby some power. Why does Shuby give the power? Shuby should get the power.
Get Nick Uhlenhoot in the circle for a cameo, playing Vince, giving him the power. That's what we needed.
Oh!
Yes.
Well.
What? No, we don't need Michael Scott in here.
Hashtag Circle Gang.
The sound. Vince has taken over the soundboard a little bit.
No,
we vote Vince, and he took over the soundboard. That was
so
scary.
When you press one, it plays another.
I don't know. He took over it for a little bit, and he started pressing the keys. I wasn't doing anything. It was scary.
All right. Pretty
weird. Spooky.
I'm a little bit scared.
But I gotta say, this episode was straight fire. It until Tom fucked it over. Yeah.
The Royals strike again, right? Once again, the Royals, here they go.
Well, I have been saying that the Tower of London is infamous for executions. So Tom was more than happy to kill off a Circle favorite, you know? Yes.
And Shuby Boleyn.
Yes, and to keep around a problematic character, which is Marvin.
Wow.
Problematic, this man.
Yeah. Ooh.
I saw people online saying that Marvin is a terrible person.
Oh, wow. No, I don't. You saw that online?
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Yes.
There's no way.
I mean,
Twitter and Reddit never make blatant comments based on edits. They never do that.
Yes. Ever. I mean, he did say that Tamira is the kind of woman that you would cheat on your wife with, but
yeah, that was bad.
That was bad. That I was like,
that, Marvin.
That I was like, okay, I'm not sure if this is a good person. You know?
No, I think.
I was like, I don't know if Marvin is a good person when he said that. You know,
we don't go calling Circle players good people or bad people unless their name is Mitch Eason. Okay, that's
He's a bad person.
He's a bad person.
Oh, I think you say we don't call them good people. You're like, we're not gonna call anybody a good person.
We're not gonna call people good people.
Okay,
but who's good really? Huh? Was Mother Teresa good? Because
I don't know.
I think that say that she was problematic. Okay?
I think we're kind of saints. I think we're saintly.
Well, yes. I mean, if we are, but then that's the problem. If we set ourselves at that bar, then everybody else is going to be like bad people, and I don't want to do that to them.
Yes. Besides Mitch.
Well, Mitch is so far down, you know, that I can't even, from the bar, you can't even see it. It's not even visible.
Mitchell's still a virgin.
And he's a virgin. What a loser.
Come at us, Easons. Let's go.
Yeah, Ed's okay. He's on the roids.
It's all right. We like Ed.
He's providing people steroid education, and it's very important.
Yeah.
Andy's
providing people with stomping fetishes too. What they need. Search for it, folks.
That's
online.
private. That's private.
It's online. It's out there.
I just like the idea that it's like so many people have flirted to get what they want on the circle. So many people have flirted with multiple people in the circle before. But
Yeah.
when Marvin does it,
Oh,
he's
bad way.
he's a horrible person because he did it with two
Here's-
separate
here's-
people, and he called somebody his queen. Like that's a eternal bond that makes somebody your girlfriend. So when you flirt with somebody else, that is that's
well,
like
maybe
cheating on them.
Maybe Queen holds more weight with Raven than it does other people. To us, we like jokingly use the word queen. So I don't.
Yes,
I don't know the weight that it
maybe, but I don't think that Marvin. I mean, like Marvin's defense of like I'm single. I mean, some of his defenses were like really bad.
They were bad.
You know?
And I think the thing that dug him in a real big hole was putting in his profile how much of a feminist he was.
Yes, and
then doing that stuff. That doesn't.
And his feminist backup of like, oh, it's because my mom is a strong woman and all
that's
that
like
shit
the worst backup.
is like
ever.
is really bad.
It's uninspired, and it's what a lot of misogynists.
Yes,
say.
and we don't even need to like go into that because it will like insult the intelligence of our listeners as to why it's it's stupid, you know. So it's like not the basis of feminism, but other people have done this in the circle, and also he doesn't even know if he's flirting with real women, and he's just chatting with people in the circle. These aren't real relationships. Like
again, we said it last episode. He's just really, really immature. And he's gonna learn some life lessons on Netflix in front of the world. And that's just the way it is. He's I don't think he thinks that deeply into this stuff. I really don't. I don't think he's examined it too much in his life, but he probably will now that it's televised. And
I know, but I'm just saying, it's not like he even had like romantic conversations with Raven. They just like flirted.
I will say it is ridiculous how upset the group was getting. Like, it is absurd. Like, they're not married, for fuck's sake.
He's single. They're all single. It's circle singles, not single.
When did they commit to a committed relationship? When were they, official? At what point? Because I never saw it. I never saw him say, "You want to be boyfriends and girlfriends with me?" And she goes, "Yes," and we're exclusive.
I know. I know.
Never
I'm like,
saw that.
What is happening here? Did we miss something?
All they've done is flirt.
I know. I think I think we've seen. I think we saw Kay and Calvin have more serious discussions. I think we saw Nick and Sophia have more serious discussions than this, and they never even broached anything to this level, No. And then it was like,
look, Marvin. Poor Marvin got thrown into the Netflix universe of reality, and it should have been MTV.
I mean, yeah,
he would have fit better over there.
Oh, he'd be so good.
Yeah.
I will say, definitely good to attack someone and throw them to the bottom. Really good.
From who?
What are you talking from anyone? We said it with the blood in the water, throw them to the bottom.
Yes.
Like, I mean, all Raven did was replace Marvin with Tamira, except although, Sam kind of fucked that up, but she shouldn't have answered that question in the game. She shouldn't have done it. Don't answer that question. Are you stupid?
No.
She's not stupid. She just made a mistake. Why would you answer that question? You don't have to. We've seen people dodge questions. You don't answer that one.
Be savage when you're asking questions. Be political when you're answering them.
Don't answer that one.
Yeah.
Say I'm taking me, myself, and I to the final. I don't know. Just say anything.
Yeah, that would have been a great answer.
I would respond and say, "Who are you taking?" I don't know. Just say I wish I could take all of you. EXO.
You know
EXO,
what I would say?
Gossip Girl.
I'd say I'm taking whoever production tells me to take.
Yeah, do we even get to choose?
Whoever production tells me is my 3 best friends, I'm gonna take them.
Yes. But I just do think it's funny that people are getting like so upset at him, and I'm like, for chatting with 2 people, one who
It's silly. It is silly. Yeah.
one who has a girlfriend in real life, and one who he just had very surface level flirting with.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they all live in separate states.
Yeah. Yeah. Raven's
No
acting like,
physical contact.
Raven is acting like they've been married for 10 years and he just
They
cheated.
have been.
And they have 6 kids together. And
They
how
do.
past this.
In circle years, they do, Ben. You don't know what it's like being in there.
On the other end of it, I will say, you know, she had a little crush. There's a little part of me that feels bad for her. Clearly, she was hoping for something outside of the circle that probably hurt her feelings. That sucks for her. I hope she moves on and decides to play the game and stop focusing so much on Marvin. She tries to like keep giving Marvin chance after chance after chance. And I'm like,
Well, she stopped.
why? Well, yeah, after like 4 questions were asked about it. But yeah. And it's like, don't chase this guy. Come
It's
on.
good because when it came to the ratings, he was last. So, you know, when it came down to business, she threw the whole man out just like we did. Can I get an amen?
but
Yes, we did.
she made she made a comment though where she was like, "Whoa, I didn't think he'd be that low," and that made me think she was only trying to scare him. She didn't want him to.
Yeah,
actually
she was like, "Oh no."
My crush.
Look, it's hard out here. There's not a lot of singles for everybody to go after, okay?
That's true. Yeah, on circle singles, there's not.
Yeah. I mean, Tom lives in the Tower of London. That's not very easy for her to, you know, to go after.
For Tom, yeah.
No, for her, you know, if she gives up dating Marvin, who else is she going to date?
Yeah.
She doesn't have a lot of options left.
Well, that's the same thing with the royal family. They don't have a lot of options on who to date. So
Oh, so they date each other, you're saying? Is that what you're implying?
yeah.
Yeehaw.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
My lips are zipped. I have nothing to say to that.
It's okay. It's, you know, he's had a tough life. I don't want to, you know, he had to become a stand-up comic. You know, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to have that life.
The smallest suite in the Tower of London, and I only have 2 chambermaids instead of 5. So I have to go on the road as a stand-up comic, and they only give me the presidential suite instead of the Queen suite. It's unfair, mummy.
They gave me silver jewels and not gold jewels, mums.
I only travel with 6 butlers instead of 9, like my father, the constable of the tower, gets. They put me on the circle instead of the bachelorette.
It's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough out there.
Yeah.
You know, you only become a stand-up comedian when it's your last resort. Ask any real stand-up, though. That's what they'll tell you. They'll say, if I was good at anything else, I'd do it, but I have to do this. But in Tom,
What about reality TV podcasting? Isn't that a pretty last resort?
no, that's still above stand-up.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I'd be out there.
I have been considering stand-up lately. I have been thinking about it. That's pretty bad.
Don't do it.
Okay. You really want this
Don't
podcast
sink
to
that
keep
low.
going. Oh, you're really desperate holding on to this podcast. You must be thinking about you
Don't
must be really
sink that
trying
low.
not to do stand-up. You're really trying not to do stand-up.
Don't sink that low.
Thinking about doing some open mics. I got
Yeah.
some really good really good content. I'm thinking about telling people that I live in the Tower of London. I think it could really hit here in Brooklyn. Hello, it's me, Max. I live in the Tower of London. Hey, hey. And a dog likes it.
Yeah,
All right. So, when this episode kicks off, Tamira, Raven, and Sam, they're still having their slumber party. They're talking about boys.
Yep. They're all laying on their bellies like this, and they've got
Yes.
their feet up in the air.
They're doing each other's nails. They're piercing each other's ears. It's just like Grease. They're singing Sandra D. What would be a Reality Alert episode without a musical reference? It wouldn't be an episode, you know?
It wouldn't.
It wouldn't be. You know, and they've just learned that Marvin, you know, he broke, you know, he had sex with Tamira.
Yeah.
And
made
he got married to her too. So he did something illegal, and he
Yeah.
got married to Tamira while he's also married Raven. I don't know how
It's
he did
fucked
that.
It's
Maybe
fucked
laws are different in England town, but it's fucked up.
Yeah, I think he had kids with Tamira too.
Wow.
They're already-
Damn.
There are 3, 5, and 7, and one is really into science, and one is really into sports, and the other is really artistic. And they're a great, cute family, but they're a secret family.
A whole secret second family. Wow.
Marvin is a bad boy.
Did you see what the title of this episode was?
No, what was it? Marvin
An
is
F-boy is exposed.
That's
Ooh.
F-boy energy.
Damn! Wow, F-boy Island might be canceled, but you know the F-boy energy of reality shows lives on.
Rest in peace, F-Boy Island.
F-boy, F-by.
Yeah. Well, we thought we were going to see
Well-
F-boy F-boy, but Tom had other plans.
F-Boy F-High again. Hello.
Yes.
Welcome
Hi,
back.
Marvin. Marvin would have been great on F-boy Island.
Yeah, I heard he actually was cast on that show, and then they found out last second.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they-
I think he's been cast on every reality show because he is great. He'd be great on any reality show.
he would.
He would go in as a nice guy, thinking he's a nice guy, but would be a total F-boy, and they would be really confused the whole time.
I heard he went on Shark Tank, and he went in front of the judges, and they were like, "What do you have for us?" And then he like took out his chemicals. And he was like, "I've got a product that's really, really good. You guys are gonna love it." And they're like, "Oh wow, okay, what is it?" And then he goes, "Oh," and he spills it on his shirt, and he takes his shirt off, and then the bidding just goes wild. 1 million, 5 million,
You know,
and 20
you
million.
know that Barbara would refuse to be outbid. She would love that shit. She
She
would get
would.
up and start
30,
dancing with
50
him.
million. Yeah.
Barbara like loves that shit. She loves the
Oh, yeah.
young man who are shirtless. She's all about
Yes.
that. Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
he's probably pretty rich now. I think
Yes.
gave him a bunch of money for his abs.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I think he's already pretty rich though. I think he has a lot of followers on social media.
Oh, no kidding. A circle contestant with a lot of followers on social media. That's great.
Yes.
Wow. Except for
yeah.
season 2 and 3. No offense. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Let's see how many followers he has. 8 million. Oh no, he only has 566. That's still pretty profitable though, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Raven exposes that she also has been flirting with Marvin, and Tayshia lets her know #chicks before dicks. Now, I know that the term bros before hoes is
Yes.
offensive and we shouldn't say it. And I don't actually, but you know, and also that mantra, you know, we shouldn't be thinking that way. Is it the same thing with chicks before dicks?
I don't know. I would love to know so that
I know. We
someone help us in the chat.
someone let us know. Please send a postcard to PO Box Reality Alert in
We're always
Hollywood,
learning.
California.
You know, we're always
I
learning.
just don't
That's
know.
a good thing.
I just don't
Open
know.
and learning all the time.
Somebody let us know if Tasha's a horrible person. Um,
No.
we know she's not a good person because no one is. We just don't
Except
know
for
if she's
us.
besides because we're saintly. Yeah. Yeah. Raven asks, did he really think we're not going to talk? I don't think he thought about it or he cares.
Yeah, I I think that's
I think he thinks about what's right in front of him.
yeah. He's he's a guy that just says what's on his mind, no filter, and goes for it, and doesn't really think about anything or anyone else.
All
So
he saw was a big pair of clay boobs, okay?
yeah,
And he couldn't say no.
yep.
So Tamira says the Powerpuff Girls are born. Which one is which Powerpuff Girl?
I don't remember their names.
Blossom, Bubbles,
That's
and and Buttercup.
What were
I
each
believe.
of their powers?
All I know is that Bubbles is like the blue, like cutesy kind of dopey one. I'm guessing that does she have bubbles?
I
just
don't
know
know. But if
I
she's
just-
blue, she's got to be Raven, right? 'Cause
Yes.
blue hair.
I don't know if the personality matches, but she's blue.
Yeah, I don't know if
Um,
it does, actually.
but she's blue.
Yes.
Buttercup is
Oh, Buttercup.
Buttercup is the green kind of tough one. She's kind of tough. I guess that's Sam, right? Is Sam kind of tough?
Yeah. Let's say Sam is Buttercup.
And then by process of elimination, Tasha's Blossom. So there you go. Powerpuff Girls are
let's
born.
start calling Sam Buttercup for the rest of the season. When we get her on for an interview, we'll call her Buttercup.
Hey, what's up, Buttercup?
That she'll immediately leave the interview.
You'll love that.
She'll be like, "What the fuck did you?"
I
just
heard
me?"
women love when you call them pet
Buttercup.
names when,
Yeah,
when
sweetie.
you know them.
Yeah. Especially if you call them Buttercup or Blossom.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Buttercup?
Hey, Bubbles.
That'll go over really well.
Bubbles is actually kind of funny.
Bubbles
Bubbles
was-
is actually kind of cute. I'm being honest. I love.
Yeah, that would just be
I
weird.
think people would actually like being called Bubbles.
I don't know about that. It's like a pet name, but not like a pet name, like an animal name.
What kind of? Well, you name a fish Bubbles. I bet.
Yeah, like a fish.
You make little bubbles out of their mouth. What other
Uh,
would you name Bubbles?
Anything?
I'd have to be mostly sea life, right?
Yeah,
Did you name a great white shark Bubbles?
that'd be cute.
think
It'd be
that'd be
a very cute great white shark.
A little bit ironic, a little meta. you know,
Yes,
especially
just
if
like
it's
us.
like a really aggressive killer shark and you call it Bubbles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Aw.
it's disarming, isn't it?
that's so cute. Aw. Yeah. So, alert! The circle's complete, and the winner is among you. We like this. They started doing it last season.
Congratulations, Raven.
Yes. No Jackie Jing situation. I like this change that they did with this year of the circle. Episode 8. No more latecomers coming in getting screwed over. It's good.
Good.
So we get like 5 episodes of just fun and games, you know?
That's what
Yes.
we're all about. We like to have fun.
Okay, so we get Shubham. He lays out his plan before he invites the newbies to the chat. And his plan is to unite the 5. So we have the 5 new players. They're Tom, Jennifer, Sasha, Oliver, and Tamira. And he wants to take out the 4 OGs of Chaz, Marvin, Raven, and Sam. And he says he wants to take out the OGs one by one. Every single new person can sit at the end. Easy plan. What I mean, no problems could possibly happen, right?
Viva la revolution, baby.
Yes,
Let's go.
everybody has to be down. It's logical. Nobody
Well,
has
I will say this.
relationships.
It's the coolest plan that's ever been hatched in Circle.
Yes.
It is. I'm being completely sincere here.
I'm surprised that they let him do it. I feel like if it wasn't Shuby, they wouldn't let anybody else do this.
Yeah.
We've never seen a circle group chat this big.
Never.
We've never seen somebody talk about like we could all sit at the end together. We've never seen somebody talk so blatantly about like let's eliminate everybody one by one and then we can like sit at the end together, like his full plan. Like I don't think you're normally allowed to talk like this.
No. I love it though. I
But they're
love
like,
it.
yeah, it's Shuby. He can do what he wants. He's probably gonna get eliminated anyway.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is what else is he going to do at this point? He's backed into a corner. Everybody hates him. And it's like the best he can do is appeal to all those on the bottom and saying like, look, those main 2 or 3 people are always going to keep voting for each other to be number 1, 2, and 3. Even when it comes to the finale, they're going to do that. So we're all screwed. Like none of us are going to win the game. None of us will
Yeah.
win.
Well, I mean, it turned out that like this actually wasn't what fucked him over either.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Well, and it's interesting though, because like let's talk about this. You know that conversation that they had in the Newbies Revolution chat. You know, Jen does say that Tamira should not have been invited to this chat. So Jen knows things that Shuby did not.
They're not getting the good. Well, I mean, also Tayshia had immediately been saying things in the chat previously to Xanthi and Brett saying that were like, I mean, the first response is to Shuby's original message is Tayshia saying we should stand back and see who has connections with who.
Yeah.
So from that response, either it's like, oh, we don't even get to talk about this at all.
Yeah, she's tried to squash it multiple times.
Which isn't the way to go about it, because what if everybody else was down, then they could instantly turn on you?
Yeah. Well,
like
she
could be fucked.
I do think what I would have done in her situation has just been extremely vague.
Yeah.
And sort of took a backseat to the conversation and then molded over and sit on the information until you see fit to share it with whoever you want to share it with.
Yeah, it's like you wonder why you're bottom 3. I mean, I think she's going to be bottom 3 anyway, but it's certainly not going to help you.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you kind of have to choose a side, right? You kind of have to pick a lane going forward. If you toe the line, if you try and play both sides, then people are going to notice.
Yeah. I mean, I think Tayshia probably had a better chance picking this one than the OGs.
As evidenced by the game. Later.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was like, see?
Yep. That
I think
Sam, Chaz, Raven trio is pretty solidly together, I would say.
Yeah, I think
not
Shubham,
so much Raven and Sam, but definitely Chaz is in the center of that, and Chaz is the glue that keeps those 3 together.
I'm not sure if there was more information being stated in the chat if Shubham was able to talk to Tayshia more clearly. I think it's just hard in a big group chat like this to be like, Tayshia, this is why it works more specifically for you. You know, the circle, it's just better if you can make more direct connections with people. It's hard in these group chats. Like, it's just hard to execute something like this.
I'm going to guess there was a lot more Shuby wanted to be able to say, but didn't get a chance to say it.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's just kind of like impossible to really execute this.
Yeah. But what else can you do?
I don't know.
I think he did exactly the right thing. And it almost saved him. It did almost save him.
I just think he just wasn't good enough at catfishing.
Yeah. If he had known the stuff that was going on with Marvin and Raven and Tamira, then perhaps he might have taken a different approach, knowing that Marvin could have been number 1.
But you don't.
Yeah, you don't know these things.
You don't know things. You got to be better at catfishing.
Look, I love the move that Shuby made. If he had pulled it off, people would be saying it's like the greatest comeback ever in circle history. You know? Like people would be going.
But it doesn't work. These moves don't work.
It depends. It depends on who's in on the move, you know, and it's tough in a game like the circle singles, where everybody is not super strategically minded. You know, these types of things may work on Survivor or Big
Well,
Brother.
that's what I'm saying. On the circle in a group chat with 5 people in a show that's not strategically minded, I just don't see this
But I'd
working.
rather have someone try that and fail than to not try it at all.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's fine if you have nothing else going on, but it was never going to work.
Yep. Yeah. Sucks.
But the drama's great.
The drama, baby!
The drama, baby.
But
Yeah.
it did seem like if Tamira wasn't in that conversation, it could have gone a lot differently.
Yeah, but Shubham was very focused on like having the majority, and this is the only time that it would work. I think maybe he would have done better if he could have had like a smaller, if he wasn't so focused on like the majority, and knowing that there's a good chance that at least the OGs would want to eat one of their own.
Yeah. But it's clear he did not have a lot of information on Tamira.
Yeah.
He really did. He really was flying in the dark on that one. So I think that probably screwed him the most.
But also, like, look, like Tom didn't need to like jump away from the OGs because the OGs voted Tom to the top, and the OGs like Jennifer, like they didn't need to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like,
but I don't think Tom is beating Chaz in the finale. I don't think Tom is beating Raven in the finale. I don't think Tom is even beating Sam necessarily in the finale.
Depends how the vote how
it depends on how the votes go, but I don't think they're going to be super tactical voters.
Only Jennifer will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Tom seems pretty tactical. It seems if Tom will be, but yes, Sam, Chaz, and Raven probably won't be.
Or maybe I'm thinking the exact opposite outcome. Maybe if you're Jennifer and Tom go into the final 5 with Sam, Raven, and Chaz, and none of them are being tactical, then you might come up a winner. I don't know. Although I will say Chaz, I think, might be a little bit tactical. But it's just when people start saying like, oh, you know, the energy in the circle, they provide this for the circle, they provide that for the circle, this sort of energy. I never get the vibes that they're going to be tactical voters.
Chaz was totally tactical in today's vote. He even said so. He was trying to play it off like he wasn't, and then he was. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He's tactical.
So I think Chaz will be then. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough because that's what you really have to like try and figure out before you get to the finale is like, okay, who do I want to go to the end with? Because who's going to be tactically voting and who's not, and who's going to vote me higher and who's going to vote me lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably tough to get that vibe completely from a person in this game.
Yeah, I just think that like Oliver is an unknown being brought into this. Like they don't really know Tayshia and they get weird vibes from her. Like nobody really knows Sasha that well. It's like a hard thing to buy into, and everybody has to buy everyone into this group all at once. They barely know each other when like they already have these strong connections. It was just a plan that it's really hard to buy into, but worth a swing for Shuby, but only really worth a swing for him.
Well, I think it's worth a swing for Oliver.
Oh, and for Oliver, but
being the newest person, like I can't see him wiggling his way into the finale. He like that's why I think he rated Sasha first, just because he knew like I need to go to the end with all the newbies.
Yeah,
that's the only way I'm making it to the finale.
I did like when Shuby said that he was willing to get blocked over this, and everybody was like, but if you get blocked, what's the point of this whole thing? Like, why would you get blocked?
Yeah.
And it was like, no, he's saying that the risk is worth the reward. Come on. Yep. But it was
read between the lines. Come on.
It would have been cool. I agree. It would have been cool. Yeah. Raven invites Chaz to a private chat, and she basically tells him about Chaz and about what happened with Marvin, and he comforts her. It's very nice. And she also lets Chaz know about Tamira, and basically lets him know that Tamira is good, and they're doing well together. At this,
Did this help Tamira, do you think, in the influencer hangout at the end? Him or Raven putting in a good word for Tamira? Because I don't think they had too much interaction prior to that.
I
did they?
thought maybe it did, but then she came in like third, and I was like, probably not, because I thought Sasha and Marvin were going to be at the bottom no matter what.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
I kind of forgot about, or I wasn't sure how close Raven and Chaz were since we hadn't seen them talk in a while. And then when they were like bestie, I was like, oh, I guess they're still besties. Okay.
Yeah,
Like, I
think
didn't
they're
know. I
pretty
guess
tight.
they've
I
been
think they're still
talking and we
pretty
haven't
tight.
seen it.
Chaz is really good at keeping strong relationships with the people.
Yeah,
that
he's
had
really
from the
good.
beginning. Yeah.
But I feel like we just hadn't seen Raven talk to him in a while. I was like, okay, so they are good. And then we kind of saw Raven talk to a lot more people the past couple of episodes, but we had predicted that she was going to fall out of the influencer spot. And I was like, oh, are they starting to show us that she is going to influencer spot? But no, we were right. Okay. Game Savage Questions. Ben, it's what you were asking for. And me.
Finally.
Our prayers were answered.
What would Daniel Cusimano have to say about this game?
He would say, get ready.
That is savage!
Yay. So the first question, Shoe Bomb asks Sam, which three people would you take to the end? And she says, Chaz, Jennifer, and Raven.
I
Hashtag,
can't believe she said that.
I'm just being honest. Well, hashtag,
Tamira doesn't like you anymore.
you know what I have to say to that?
That was a sucky answer.
Thank you, Antonio. That was a very sucky answer.
Antonio.
From season 1.
No, that was Seaburn.
That was a sucky answer.
Oh, was it? I have it labeled as Antonio. Mislabeled. Let me fix that. Wow.
Do we actually have any Antonio sound bites?
Well, that was the Antonio soundbite. So
So
no
not anymore.
anymore. I was like, that doesn't sound like Antonio. Maybe he had something in his throat. All right. Anyway, I bet Tamira was like, maybe I should have listened to Sasha about this whole thing. Oliver asks Jennifer, who do you believe is the most two-faced player? And
Yeah.
Jennifer says, I'm not
She
a big...
should have asked, who do you think is the biggest piece of shit in the circle?
Yeah. Yeah. And Jennifer says, I'm not a big fan of using the word two-faced, but if I do have to choose, I'm a little confused on where Tamira stands. Hashtag tough one, broken heart emoji. They're really...
Jennifer, they must not be feeling the love from Tamira, because you would think Tamira is still fair game in terms of like a free agent sort of in the circle. I don't know. Why would you take a shot at Jennifer or at Tamira when
I think
she might still be a free agent?
I think they just needed to take a shot at someone, and that they didn't want to be like too wishy-washy.
But if you want
And-
her to come to the revolution, if you want her to come to that side,
I
that's
don't
the
think
way
that
to
they
do
were
it.
down with the revolution.
Oh, okay. They must have just realized it wasn't going to happen.
Well, even in the revolution, they were like, "Oh, Sasha, like we love you," but they were like, "We hope that Sasha reads between the lines that like we support her, but like we're not necessarily down with this." You know, I think that they know that they didn't want to seem too wishy-washy, but they still wanted to seem nice as Jennifer. You know, like they didn't want to not answer the question because then people come suspicious. You know,
I'm so curious to have. I hope we can get Shuby on again for an interview, because I want to ask him who he thought he definitely had and who there was no chance he was getting.
yeah, I think he probably knew that he failed.
Oh yeah, I think so too. But I'm
think he
curious
probably
which
thought he got no one.
which ones he thought were definitely in,
Yeah.
which ones were on the fence, and which ones were a definite no.
Yeah. But I think Tamira was like a good person to throw that on. Sam asks Tom, do you have any depth? Is there more to you than just jokes?
That was a mean question.
Okay, what is wrong to having no depth to you besides jokes? There's no depth to me. It's just jokes. I don't have a backstory. Nothing bad has ever happened to me. I'm not hiding anything with
Ooh.
jokes. That's just it. There's no other facet to me, okay? Nothing bad has ever happened to me, okay? It's just jokes. It's
You
just
live-
jokes. What about you?
Has she never met a comedian before? That's the first thing that popped into my mind. I was like,
No, that was Marvin.
do you not, yeah. I was like, do you not understand that like it's like a stereotype about comedians that they joke around a lot to avoid talking about them.
No, I
more,
think she does. She's just
serious.
being mean.
or that's just their way of masking it.
Yeah,
Yeah, she is kind of being mean.
Brett says, I like how Brett was like, that's a mean question, so I've narrowed it down to Sam or Tamira. Yeah, so he tells this story about how he was bullied and it was hard, so he hid behind jokes to feel better. So he uses humor as a defense to not
Yeah.
let people in. Why does he need
He got
humor?
bullied by the other people in the Tower of London, and
Well,
he
I
was-
don't get.
he was like, "But you're my cousin. All of you are my cousins. How could you do this?"
Why does he need humor as a defense? He literally has those guards that don't like smile that can
Yeah.
guard him. You know, he literally
That's
has
probably
armed
what made him
guards.
be a comedian. He's still trying to get those guards to laugh.
Yeah. He doesn't need defense. He has security. It's ridiculous. Chaz asks Sasha, why are you acting like a timid girl when you are a man with a plan? Because Chaz says it has to be a guy because a girl would never do what Shoebomb did to Bruno. I don't understand that line
I
of
don't get that either. That's
reasoning.
very odd to me.
I don't get his obsession with Bruno. I don't understand that line of
I'll never
reasoning.
understand the obsession.
We've
with
seen
Bruno.
women also be ruthless in the circle, even though I didn't really see that move to be that ruthless.
It's
Is
not
it-
a ruthless move. It's just a move because guess
Is
what?
he because
Playing
he
against-
had to, because that's basically what he was forced to do by
Look,
the circle.
Chaz is the only one who's allowed to play the game. Anyone
Or-
else, if anyone else plays the game
Or a bad
comes
person.
comes at anyone else in the circle,
They're a
they're a
Marvin.
bad person. But Chaz is allowed to come after people in the circle.
Yes.
But when someone defends himself against Chaz, then no.
Yeah.
This is a bad person. This is a very bad person.
I like how Brett also says, I think it's a man too, but I don't care. We're still working with him. Brett's like, yeah, well,
Yes.
obviously
Hello,
it's a man.
duh.
Duh. I think it's Chubby.
I think
And-
it's Shuby or Joey from season 1.
Shuby is very offended by this, and this is what he says.
Message. I'm not a fucking man. What part of me is timid? I literally had to get rid of someone in front of everyone and defend myself multiple times. I've shown I'm way more than a timid girl. Don't ever use that word on me again. Send. I'm not a fucking man.
Oh,
I'm a
you're gonna
shark,
be so
a
cruel.
Shuby shark.
I'm a shark.
I'm not a man. I'm a Spider-Man to you, mister.
Could a man do this?
Like, I love how everybody was like blown away from that. It was like he got asked a savage question and he gave a savage answer.
Yeah. I
Chaz
didn't
said,
get that either.
Chaz was like, "Why are you so angry right now?" Like,
It's like you were
whoa.
angry 2 seconds ago, Chaz.
You were angry 2 seconds ago. When
You
when
gaslighting motherfucker.
okay, when Chaz, remember like episode 1 when when Tom came into the circle, Marvin was like, "Oh wow, we could really use some jokes around here." And Chaz was like, "Marvin, shut the fuck up. Like, we don't need jokes. Like, what the fuck is your problem?" And he was like really mad. And we were like, that's kind of odd. Like, he's getting angry. Like, why is he being like that? You know, like, it's like, that was weird to be mad then. But
He
this
only
is
likes
a
that
reason.
energy when it's coming from himself.
Yeah, I'm like,
and
I
nothing
don't
else.
understand why people aren't allowed to get mad nowadays. People just aren't allowed to have a full range of emotion. Only Chaz is allowed to have a
reality
full range of
TV,
emotion.
yeah.
What?
On reality TV.
This wasn't even that big of a comeback. He's just like, that's offensive. I'm not a man. But what he really took offense was like, don't call me timid because I'm not. And I think Shuby was actually upset. And everyone's
Yeah.
like, oh, how dare you get mad? It's not like I just attacked you or anything. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah. He was
Sorry.
playing it timid, but yeah.
Well, no, I agree he was playing it timid, and he's because this is what.
But of course, but yeah, like, what do you expect when you get attacked like that? Aren't you gonna just be defensive and attack right back?
Yeah, I just don't like this thing of like people not being allowed to like express themselves, and like people attack people,
The kids call
and
it
then
clapping back.
yeah, and then when people retort, they're like, "Why are you yelling?" Like, even though I just like attacked you and provoked an
Yeah.
emotional response from you,
Yeah.
like you should respond to me calmly, even though I attacked you. It's like, what's the problem? People have a full range of emotion. Why can't you just like deal with
That's-
it? Like, what's
that's
the
a huge-
problem?
That's a huge pet peeve of mine in real life when people do that.
People have emotions.
When people will purposely provoke or press a button, and then the other person will be like, "What the fuck?" And then they'll be like, "Whoa, I do."
Whoa, like I just,
I hate that. That's like my biggest pet peeve.
but obviously, well played, Chaz. Very good question to ask. Very
Yeah,
good job.
Clearly, it worked.
Very,
Chaz got everything he wanted from this. He did.
No, and I think Shuam has been less timid with like asking the problems. The problem is that Shubam's initial presentation of himself in the circle chat to the group was as a timid person, and first impressions to the circle is
Huge.
everything. So everybody is like,
Huge.
this is a timid girl. So then when he started acting as a non-timid 23-year-old person, people started saying catfish because this person is inconsistent.
Yes.
It'd be like if Oliver started acting like, you know, less very expressive. They'd be like,
yeah,
things are not adding up. Like, why isn't Oliver being like witty and fun? You know? So that's,
I will
you know,
say,
what
like,
happened.
we make the Rebecca comparison to season 1, like with Sasha here. And I will say, even Seaburn in season 1, he was sort of timid, but he would get into the weeds. He would be like overly emotional about stuff, and he would be vulnerable, and he would talk about his emotions inside of the game, which was still like a bigger step into letting people in. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you got to take it like the extra mile, you know?
Yeah, and you know, Seaburn said really just said really good things, like,
Oh, this is not their big spies!
you know, he really let us in.
Still don't know what he said. Yeah, I swear to God, if we ever do get an interview with him, that's going to be the one and only question I have is, what did you say here?
I think we'll be asking ourselves, what did he say after the interview ends about the whole interview,
Yeah, maybe. That's a possibility.
based on all of his social media.
He seems like he's doing well. He's doing
Yes.
good now. Yeah.
Yep. Oliver does say when people get angry, that's how you know it's the truth, which is often true when people get very defensive.
Yeah.
I was like, Tasha asked Marvin, are you really loyal to the women you have been talking to in the circle, or are you just using them to win? Hashtag feminist or nah? I mean, shouldn't everybody be using everybody in the circle to win? But that's just me.
Yes, absolutely.
Marvin just says, you sound like someone who uses others, and I am a feminist because my mother was a strong woman. What a defense. I mean, everybody
that was when I saw that answer, I was like, oh, Marvin.
deflect and project, baby. There we go.
He's fucked. Last episode I said Shuby's fucked. This episode I'm saying Marvin's fucked.
Ooh, cringy.
Then Raven asks, she has the same exact question, right? This is what she says. So the first question was, are you really loyal to the women you have been talking to in the circle, or are you just using them to win? And Raven says, are you trying to flirt and take advantage of all the girls as your strategy just to get to the top? I'm like,
It's the same question.
I'm like, it's the same.
You didn't want to try and ask a different question?
You want to ask different questions? Yeah. Maya,
that's a good
Maya in the
one.
chat asks, I wish one of the questions for Marvin had been for him to name his queen. No matter what, he'd piss something off. That's good. Yeah, that would have been better than just repeating the same
Even
question.
if he said nobody, that would have pissed someone off too.
Yes.
Yeah.
He would say Queen Elizabeth. That would have been really good.
She was alive at the point of this filming. So
Yes.
yes. That would have been a great and funny answer, and I would have respected Marvin even more.
I did love that when Marvin, before he said his answer, he said, I only have 2. It's not like I have 10
It's
or anything.
only 2.
Yeah, it's less than reality shows I've technically almost been on.
Marvin is hilarious, dude.
I know. He says I'm single, and I have been honest about that. I am not here to take advantage of anybody, and I'll be lucky to find someone. # my queen. I think people are like, "What do you mean # my queen?" I'm like, "That's his tagline, people. He's not called. He
just
calls
does it all
everyone.
the
It's
time.
his thing." It's like Joey on Friends going, "How you doing?" It's like the Fonz going, "Hey," you know.
Yeah.
He just goes, "My queen" to the ladies. Okay, that's his thing.
Calls everybody queen. Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of starting to get.
It's
think
a
that's
world
just,
of queens to him.
yeah. He says
Yeah.
"my queen" to them. That he was # my queen, but in real life. People are like, "What?"
It's so funny to watch Marvin navigate all this because every single time a question like this pops up, he's so surprised.
He said, "We didn't study this when I got my 3 degrees."
He's like, I know that hydrogen's the first element on the periodic table, but I didn't know that I can't call more than one woman a queen.
I didn't know this.
This wasn't in the books.
It's like, I didn't realize that when I chatted people in the circle, I was fucking married to them. And I'm watching this and I'm like, I didn't fucking realize either that this was the big fucking deal. I thought this was the generation of open relation. Oh no, that's millennials. Maybe Gen Z is back to non-open relationships.
Yeah. You think they're more of a monogamous generation?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, might be.
Might be.
I don't know. You fellow kids out there, let us know. Tell us monogamous or non-monogamous.
We've learned that they fall asleep with the TV still glowing. Now, are they monogamous? We don't know.
We don't know. We'll see.
Yes. We're
We'll
not
find
Chugi
out.
though. We're not Chugi.
We're not
Mr.
Chugi.
Beast. Mr.
We're
Beast
just trying.
Burger.
We like Mr. Beast. Go.
Yeah.
Go Beast.
But don't worry, Ben, because things are going to heat up on the circle here. Yes, if you're new to this podcast, our alert sound, we don't remember what it's from, but the soundbite I got, it was somebody was eating during the alert sound. Yep.
I'm dying to know which. One of these days, we got to find out who it was.
I'm gonna rewatch the whole circle to figure it out. That's a lot.
I think it was a season 1 soundbite. I think it could be a season 1. Person.
No, it's not season.
You think
1.
it was season 3?
It's 2 or 3. It has to be 3. It has to be 3.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
So it's alert. You must rate each other. This is the first time Shoe Bomb is doing ratings since he's been back. That's ridiculous. This is 4th episode.
It's crazy.
There's not enough ratings. There should be more ratings. And Tamira hasn't done ratings either. She hasn't had to vote anybody off because Shoe Bomb had to. It's like, well, we're just hanging out in the circle. It's a game show.
We're just hanging out.
Play the overall game. They're just playing little fun trivia games. Like, what is this? For fake statues.
Yeah.
I forgot
Those episodes were so boring. And this episode was hands down the best episode of the season.
But all 4 of these episodes, I have to say, were good. I really did enjoy this block.
Totally.
I've really been enjoying the show. And
this episode was by far the best. And
this episode was great. And I thought
because it was because they had the savage questions, they had drama, there was alliances. There was Shubi trying to get a revolution going in the circle. Like they're playing the game. There's drama being created. If you're watching the show for the flirting and the friendship, that's great for you, but that's not at all like what interests us on Reality Alert.
I thought last episode was good too. I really liked it.
Yeah, it was.
Like each episode.
No, it's like you
progressively
said,
got
this whole batch of episodes has been pretty solid.
Yes, minus the trivia thing. Anyway,
Minus those games.
So you must rate each other. Oliver can rate but not be rated. So let's break this down. Tamira rates Tom first. She says she feels Tom will keep her safe, but
That was
also,
a surprise.
after today, he deserves it. So we actually predicted a lot of the rating results. We'll talk about the rating results once we get there. But Tom,
We said Tom and Jennifer would be high, I think.
we did, but we thought that I said I thought that Jennifer would be number 1 and Chaz would be number 2. But I think, and I actually think that
We
would have
didn't
happened.
expect Tom's sincere moment where he got
I
to tell
thought
the
Tom
story.
would probably be number 3 or 4 with Raven. But I think what really switched things up was Tom's moment bumped him up to number 1, and Jennifer fell to number 3.
Yeah, about the poor little boy in the Tower of London
Yes.
who had to become a stand-up
No
comic
sympathy.
to survive.
No sympathy for him being bullied.
He was bullied by the Queen and the immediate family of the Queen.
Yeah, he says that he does stand-up comedy for work, but I'm like, do you have to work? Don't you live in the Tower of London? Like, do you have to work?
I don't know how that works. I don't know. Good for him though if he's getting paid.
I wouldn't work. I would just,
I wouldn't either. I don't think anybody would.
I would become an executioner.
That's how it works. Yeah.
You're already royalty. It's already highly morally questionable. You know, you might as well just go all the way, you know?
Bring me the descendants of Anne Boleyn.
Yeah.
Bring them to the tower.
Oh, wait, I'm one of them? Oh, no.
Well, it's been a good run.
Uh,
you say as you put your head in the guillotine.
Yes.
And then pull the lever.
Shubi rates Jennifer first. Jennifer rates Tom first. This is all expected. Oliver rates Sasha first, says he trusts she will make a decision that will benefit newbies in the long run. I think this probably saved Sasha from being last potentially.
Yeah. Yep.
Potential.
I think it did. For sure.
Marvin rates Raven first, says she's his queen. But I don't know if this is the tagline. I don't know. Did he say this after all
He's
of his
trying to
ratings?
get his wife and kids back, Max. Do you
I
understand?
just don't
He needs to
know.
get his family
I
back.
don't know if it was the tagline or not. Like if
Do you think
Fonzie
it's
was
is it too little too late? Is it too little too late for them?
to get his kids back,
Yeah.
I don't know how it works in England, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if Fonzie was doing the ratings after every ratings, he'd be like, "Raven's my number 1." Hey, you know, like
Yeah.
it's hard to know. It's hard to know. Raven rates Chaz first, says he's her bestie. Sam rates Jennifer second. Shubham rates Tamira third. I thought that was interesting, but it's definitely a Shubi strategic special because he
Yes.
definitely knows that she's not on his side.
Yep.
Tom rates Sam fourth. Chaz rates Marvin fifth. I was like, okay, see what you're doing. I'm like, okay, so they rate down to 7, so we know he rated Sasha really low. Who did he rate 6th? Do we know? Who would Chaz rate below Marvin? Chaz. So he
Sasha.
rated. Yes, but there's one more person. Who do we think it is?
I'm gonna guess
Tamira?
It could be Marvin.
No, Marvin's 5th.
Oh, okay.
Sasha's probably 7th. So who's number 6? Probably Tamira.
I guess probably.
Sasha rates Chaz 7th. Says he doesn't trust Sasha. Sasha says he doesn't trust Chaz, and there's a good chance he would send her home. Well, that was very good, Shubi. And Tom rates Marvin 7th, said he always felt weird about Marvin, and today confirmed it. So we see they're setting up what's going to happen in the hangout. Marvin rates Sasha 7th, says he gets catfish vibes from her, and Raven rates Marvin 7th. Revenge vote.
Yeah. Wow. It's divorce
Wow.
time.
Divorced.
They're in a trial separation right now.
Yes.
She's still waiting for him to have some accountability, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
We get this quick chat where Sam hits up Oliver because they have to have these chats in between the ratings and the ratings results.
I don't know why.
It takes a long time for the tabulation to happen. They have to have scientists and stuff like that.
Right. They call up Marvin.
Yes, Marvin has to come in and check it. Yeah.
Yeah. He takes off his shirt and he starts
Yes.
checking it.
He spills the result chemicals all over them. Yeah. So Sam hits up Oliver and she checks him to see how he's feeling, and he's like, "This is exciting. I love talking to older women. You know, these old hags at 34 years old. They're ancient. Their fingers, they're about to fall off. They're half mummified. So old. Love these old women that I talk to at 34 years old.
Their handshakes when they when it moves."
He's like, "What was it like before electricity? What was it like?"
Do you still listen to the radio?
Yes. All that shit. But she gives him advice, and she talks about being a big sister and that she wants to guide him, and he talks about being her little brother. Now that Shuby has watched this episode, how jealous do you think he was?
Oh, probably super jealous.
He was like, "That's me.
All I've ever wanted was a close sibling relationship.
No, I'm the brother and sister guy.
I'll always be like Peter Parker, never a brother, never a sister, only an aunt and uncle. And my uncle dies, and I'm left all alone.
And I'm too attractive, so I end up people want to date me. Oh." All right, the rating results are in, and did we predict this, or did we predict this? I mean, come on, we predicted a lot of this. Marvin 8th. I don't think we necessarily predicted that, but whatever. Sasha 7th. Yeah, I think Oliver saved him from 8th. We did say Shuby was fucked. Tamira 6th. Yep. Sam 5th. We said at the beginning of last episode that Sam would be around 4th, so 5th, same thing. Raven 4th. Wow, we did say that Raven would probably fall out of the influencer position.
Yeah.
Right after that, people got really excited about if they were going to be in 3rd, 2nd, or 1st.
I was really. Oh my God, was that? That's it. That sounds like one of our farm animal sound bites.
Which one is a pig and which one is Xanthe?
No, this is definitely getting us canceled if we play.
No, I'm just kidding. They're both Xanthe.
Hold on, play them again now. Do the other one. But do the other one.
No, I just played that one twice. It was both Xanthe.
Okay.
I was just kidding. Actually sounds like a power drill.
Yeah, power drill, sure. Go with that, Max. That's good.
She was very excited.
Yes, she was.
Jennifer
She was as excited for some bacon in the morning for breakfast.
Jennifer comes in 3rd, Chaz comes in 2nd, and Tom comes in 1st.
Yeah.
Sam cannot get over the fact that Tom came in the number 1 spot.
Yeah, she's like, there's no depth to this guy. He's pathetic. He just only makes jokes, and there's nothing else to him. How on earth could this have happened?
Yeah. Yes. Did she really think she was going to be number one, Sam? Was she so confident?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Tom and Chaz go to the head out. Chaz, talk about someone screaming. Well, he shut up. I'm just kidding. He doesn't have to shut up. He's screaming.
Yeah.
He's not squealing, but he's screaming.
He's not squealing.
He's
Nope.
not sque-
I'm dying. I'm dying. It sounds so much like a pig squeal.
It's Xanthi.
It's crazy. Play it again. I'm dying.
So they go through each players they want to take off. And Chaz takes Raven off the table. Tom takes Jennifer off the table. They both agree to take Sam off the table, which I think is funny because Sam just keeps talking about how she hates that Tom is.
I know. If
influencer.
only Tom knew.
Tom's like, of course we'll save Sam. I love her. I'm like, dude, she hates you.
She doesn't respect you as a person.
No, she's like us.
Come on now.
Look, we don't respect anyone as a person besides ourselves because we're
We
sane.
don't. Yeah, that's really is the truth, though.
Yeah, I know.
It really is. We're very involved people.
They pick Tamira, Sasha, and Martin to go through, but they really quickly save Tamira because they think she's funny and could add value to the group.
Yeah, see, I
Okay.
hate that kind of talk. I hate it. What kind of value? Do you just mean value to you and your alliance?
Well, she'd be good at farming and she could raise the children. I'm like, add value to the group?
I heard she's a carpenter. She could build a shelter for us.
Yeah, I know.
potentially.
I'm like, what is
I heard
happening?
she fishes, so she
Yes,
could go out fishing.
She can
for
hunt.
us. Like what?
Like, what is happening here?
That's it's Survivor. That's
In winter, she could kill bears and skin them. So it comes down to Sasha and Martin. You know, Chaz. So basically, Chaz wants to get rid of Sasha. Tom wants to keep her, and
I already knew
basically-
what was going to happen going into this.
yeah.
I already
Ta-
knew.
So basically, it comes down to Chaz wants to save Martin, so he'll be indebted to him, and Tom wants to save Sasha, so she'll be indebted to him.
Yeah.
And Chaz's reason for getting rid of Sasha is because she yelled at him for him being rude to her. And he's like, do you want to be around somebody like that? And Tom says, fair point. And I'd be like, it's not a fair point. And he doesn't even say
In
fair
the
point.
Tower of London, you all have proper manners.
Yeah, and Tom's like, Tom doesn't even say fair point to Chaz. He says fair point out loud. He's like, that's a fair point. I'm like, how is that a fair point? He's like, we don't want people walking on eggshells. I'm like, what's fair about this?
Max, you don't understand the British. You know, they still look, if you've seen that they're in Afghanistan, there's the way they still go to war is by they do the tin hut thing and they walk step by step and then they do the one shot in their gun. That's how they are. That's how polite they are. They don't even
Oh, you mean like in the Revolutionary War where it'd be like
Right.
fire on one side and then all the people fall down, and then the other side with the cannons would go fire,
Yeah.
and then the other
And
side
they,
falls
and they,
down.
they say it's your move now. And they're like,
Your
"We've been shooting you
turn."
the whole- we've been shooting you the whole time.
Okay, let's break for tea. Tea break. War will resume.
They don't
in-
got that fight in them. They don't got that dog in them. You know, they just don't have it. They
War
don't
will resume at 3:30. Cheerio.
have- Bloody good war, boys.
That was a good war, boys. That was fun.
Seems you've blown me to bits. I'm going to die now, but it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure. Good match.
Good match.
What fun. Chaz at one point says that Marvin handled the pressure well. I think he was talking about the Savage Questions game. I was like, how did he handle the pressure well? Because he said that
Because he
he
said
was a
that he's
feminist
not, he's a
because
feminist
of
'cause
his
he loves
mom.
Yeah.
I mean, say what you need to
Chaz,
say.
Chaz is really pulling everything out of his ass.
I
for
mean,
this
I
whole thing.
appreciate him trying to save Marvin because then he can say, "I saved you. Vote for me at the top."
Totally,
But
totally.
I mean,
Look, Tom just got outplayed here. You know,
But how-
Chaz got another number and Tom didn't. And that's all there is to it.
how are Chaz's allies gonna feel about him saving Marvin?
Raven will feel good about it because she still has a crush on Marvin and she secretly wants to get him back.
And who cares about Tamira?
Well, Tamira, that's a bigger question. I think Tamira is just going to go wherever the votes are.
She's
I
at the
think she's
bottom, so it
playing-
doesn't matter.
I think she's playing a Sandra type game. You know, Sandra from Survivor. In terms of
A winning game?
maybe, yeah. I actually think she could be potentially.
Mm,
It's possible if she ekes her way in.
I don't know.
It's
I think it's
possible.
too late. But maybe. We still have a few more episodes.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I do appreciate Chaz's strategy here, and but Tom, this was not a good move by Tom.
He's an influencer one time, and like this is his chance to try and gain a little bit of
This-
power.
Chaz's third time.
Yeah.
Why on Chaz's third time does he get to decide what to do again? Why would you let him do that?
Yeah.
I want to know. I hope next episode that like Tom explains maybe to Jennifer or somebody like why he did what he did. Maybe
That's
he
not
made-
going to be a satisfying
deal?
explanation. I can already tell you that right now.
I still want to know.
He's going to be like, Sasha just didn't handle it very well. She just didn't. There were no manners there. She wasn't being posh. That's what it's going to be. It is.
Yeah.
Maya Brown in the chat is asking, has a non-OG person ever won? Yeah, James.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
once.
Although James, I would say, is much more popular at this stage of the
But
game
you were going to say posh.
posh. Popular than Tamira was, I think, at this point. Yeah.
But Tom is pretty popular, and he's not an OG.
That's true.
And Jennifer.
Tom could win too.
But they're technically OGs.
But Tom has no relationship with Marvin, and Marvin's just been kept in the game. So that's another number for Chaz. So
Yes.
I'm still feeling like a Chaz win. Like Chaz is definitely going to the finals, but he could win the game.
Yeah.
I think he's playing possibly the best game.
He's very good.
Yes.
I mean, he keeps winning.
To
and
me,
no
the
one
people who are the
cares.
most strategic in the circle and playing the best games are him, Jennifer, Xanthi, and Brett. Tom kind of is, and then I think Tamira is playing a pretty good game too. I do.
I don't know.
I think
Um,
she's done. She crushed Shuby, when they both came in together.
Yeah, but I just think she's ranked low and nobody really likes her that much.
I think people like her. I think some people like her. I think it was just that Revolution chat that sort of screwed her a little bit, but she had gained a lot of ground before that.
Yeah, I mean, she could still go up.
Yeah, and she's in good with the people that matter, with the people that are on top right now. For the most
Yes.
part, she's in good with Chaz. She's in good with Raven. I think she's in good with Sam now. So she is on that side of the group, I think.
Yeah, but that's all the OGs, and they're gonna kick her out. But I mean, yeah, I guess she could come in like if she sticks with the OGs and they stick
She could-
together,
she
she
could be-
could make it to the final
she could
five.
make the
That's
top
true.
5. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
her. If you think about it, it could be her, Tom, or Jen, and then you've got Chaz and Raven, and I think it's going to be Sam, Jen, and Tom that are fighting for those like sort of last 2 spots.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now.
I concur.
Yep.
So we learned I mean, as soon as Shuby was hopeful that he wasn't going to be blocked, I knew he was going to be blocked. I
Yeah,
was like, no, they're setting it up.
it's a
So,
big editing cue. Yep.
yeah, it was time. It was time for Shoebomb. He had a nice 4-episode arc, but time for Shoebomb to hit the road. Goodbye. It's just so sad. Just so
I know. I'm bummed. That's not how I wanted to see a returning player go in the game.
well, he should have played better.
Yeah, I don't think Shuby was meant to catfish. I don't, he's not as good of a catfish, probably. Although I would, like I said earlier, I'd love to see him play like an old person.
Yes.
I think he'd do good as an old person. I think he'd do good as like a grandfather. You know.
Yeah, like somebody Sam's age.
What?
Remember, I remember I was making that joke about Oliver saying she was an older woman, and
Oh, that's
like
right.
5 minutes
That's right.
ago.
That is funny. That is funny.
Yes.
Yes.
Shuam thought his problem was the Revolution chat, but it was actually a Savage Questions game. Apparently, that was the evidence to kill him. So
No.
who would have thought?
That's the reason given.
That was Chaz's excuse. But it's just funny. Well, the Revolution chat didn't really seem to factor that much into it because Chaz didn't know about it.
No. Yeah, Tom kept that quiet, of course.
Yeah.
Tom's not going to tell the other side that he was involved in that chat.
Yeah. So Shubham gets to pick a player who deserves a
A
special
Brit involved
power.
in Revolution, Max?
Oh.
That's not going to work.
Nonsense. So Shub, especially a member of the royalty, Shubham meets Xanthi and Brett. This is very fun.
Oh my god, it's fucking Shuby! You guys are a duo? Oh my god! Wait, big brother! Dude, my god! Dude, what is up? How are you, Shuby?
Brett was so excited to Brett was so excited to finally be recognized.
I know. In this, he's like, he recognized me.
I thought that was great. Well, you and I did say if anyone's going to recognize Brett, it's going to be Shuby.
Yeah, it was the Shub.
He's the only one.
the only one.
Yeah. It's crazy. None
Yeah,
of these people watch
instantly
Big
recognized
Brother.
him.
It's weird.
None of them do.
It's crazy.
Raven on Twitter said she's like watching the seasons now, and she just watched 20 because
Okay.
of Brett, so she hadn't seen it before.
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah. So now I
Did
know
she,
like
say,
maybe
did she say what she thought of it or what she thought of Brett on it?
no. She just said I
Okay.
only saw a tweet about her watching it. So
Okay. I'd love to hear her thoughts on Brett that season.
Brian made a tweet that he's been like a big reality TV fan, like always. So I feel like he probably has watched Big Brother before, but I haven't seen anything about him like knowing who Brett
Maybe you
was.
just didn't recognize him. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have to see more about that.
Nice to know that Marvin had no idea who Brett was, even though he was about to be on Big Brother.
You're telling me that they recruit people for Big Brother?
No, it can't be.
Yeah. Brett points out that he knew Sasha was a guy because she didn't use one emoji. Oh, it's almost like we've been talking about that a lot.
You got to use those mojos. Those
Shuby
memojos.
said that he never learned it. He didn't go to a emoji and hashtag school like us. It's really hard to learn. Doesn't he work in tech? Shouldn't he be able to pick up emojis? I think they're pretty intuitive.
If he had used emojis, do you think it always would have been that little shy monkey emoji with the because he's so shy?
All sharks.
Or yeah, all shark emojis.
All sharks and spiders followed by men. Shubham says he thought he was killing it. They were like, no, dude, you weren't killing it. It's terrible. But he said he had no idea Jennifer was a catfish. But I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. Shubham has like the worst catfish radar ever. He thought Seaburn was a woman.
His sister.
His sister. Come on.
Yeah.
I like when the other players realize they aren't meeting Sasha, and Chaz is like, I wish Sasha was coming here so I could just tell her why she was blocked. I really want to stick the knife in her, and
Yeah, I want to dig it in further.
I want to tell her why.
I really just want to tell her how bad of a person she is.
I want to tell her why yelling isn't the answer, and maybe give her some affirmative actions to really help. Maybe give her some anger management coaching. Let her know why only I'm allowed to get mad.
The first thing I want to say to her is relax, calm down, sit down, here's some tea, take some deep breaths.
It's just when I'm like, that's what you want to get out of this? You just want to tell her why she got blocked? You just want to tell her off? Really
Pretty
tell her
much.
off and just be like, so this is why you got blocked. Goodbye. See you at finale night. Watch me win. Cheer for me. Bye. So Shubham keeps meeting Xanthi and Brett, and they do talk about Chaz. This is the second time we've seen people talk about Chaz, which means he's either going to win or maybe people will finally catch on to the fact that he is a threat.
He's hands down. How could you not think that at this point? 3 influencer spots, and he's kind of controlling the game right now. If people don't start waking up to it, they're like, he's just gonna keep coasting. All
Yeah.
the way.
Shubi says he rated Chaz 8th. Well, you couldn't rate people 8th, Shubham, so you must have rated him 7th. Okay, who's really playing the circle here? Us.
You got him, Max.
Come on, maybe that's why you lost, because you didn't put in your ratings right. Maybe it would have gone better for you.
I can't wait to have Shubi on, and then like the first thing we say to him is like, "Okay, can you just remember like to not scream at us? Like, be defensive."
And Brett rated Chaz 5th, and Chaz still got influencer. So Shubham's like, you should watch out for him, and they're like, yeah, we should. But they got Raven to finally go down. Maybe they can take Chaz down too.
Yeah, there you
and Shubham says he's betting on them, and they're like, don't put that on us, okay? Don't jinx us, okay? You're not good luck, okay? You lost once, you lost even worse this time. Just don't say anything about us, all right?
Then Shubi yells, "Double or nothing," and they're like, "What?" And he's like, "Double or nothing." They're like, "Shubi, I think you have a gambling problem."
But we know what it's like to meet Shubi, although we just didn't interview with him. But we felt the same way after he left. Then we finished with Shubi.
Mind blown emoji.
We just met fucking Shubi.
That's what we said. We just
That's
met
what we
fucking
said.
Shubi. It was amazing.
He is a
Oh my god!
Yeah.
he is kind of like the face of the circle, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like he's like the legend of the circle. It's the season 1 legend.
Not Bill?
Not Bill or Sean.
I was about to say who's Sean, and then I was like, oh yeah.
Well, they both came in at the same time. That's how
Oh,
I
okay.
pair them together.
Well, this has been a great ep.
This was fun.
This is fun. We've had a
Picking up.
great week here. If you want to
Should
listen,
we do predictions for the last block?
no,
Wanna
because we
some
do that
predictions?
on Circle Center.
Oh, you're right.
If you want to hear our
Oh.
predictions for next week, our recap of this whole week, including our breakdown of the best moments, our favorite players, the worst strategic moments. I think Shubi's going to take up a lot of those. Hear us break down the social media
You
from
feel so hard on Shubes. Be nice to Shubi.
Shubham will have the best moments because he's still in the game.
Yeah.
The social media breakdown for the week from current players and past players, and our predictions for next week, the week 3, the final week of the circle, minus the finale coming out on the 18th. Head over to patreon.com/reality alert. Starts at only $5 a month, and you can check out our bonus coverage, Circle Center, our bonus episode. Definitely come check it out. It's going to be really fun. Also, you can check out our Circle Season 1 coverage, Love is Blind Season 1. We have a million free podcasts for you to check out there. Well, they're not free, but you know what I mean. So definitely check it out. And we look forward to seeing you guys there and next week. Ben, anything else?
That's it. Thanks for listening, guys. We love having you in the chat too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your 2 best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
I'm not a fucking